Hmm. Okay, good afternoon. So again, we will take the next problem. Problem number 7.1.10 we have completed. Next problem 7.1.11. I think so. First step upon one problem already we have solved, so we will not waste the time on this. An engine of weight 500 kilonewton pulls a carriage weighing 1500 kilonewton up an incline of 1 in 100. The train starts from rest and moves with a constant acceleration against the tractive resistance 5 kilonewton per kilonewton. Actually, it is a wrong. 5 kilonewton per kilonewton is, it will not be there. 5 newton per kilonewton of weight it will be there. So it attains a maximum speed of 36 km per hour in 1 kilometer distance. Determine the tension in the coupling between the carriage and engine and tractive force developed by the engine. So these two things we have asked. They have asked to find out to us. So similar type of one problem already we have solved. Similar type of one problem already we have solved. So it's or is it we are required to, can we solve this problem, or are you going to solve this problem? इंजन इंजन का एक प्रॉब्लम हमने सॉल्व किया था इनिशियल बेसिस पे, तो सिमिलर टाइप अपने प्रॉब्लम इज नो चेंज इन दिस. इनिशियल वेलोसिटी आपको पता है 1 किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस के बाद की वेलोसिटी आपको पता है. Okay, now what to do? Are you going to solve this problem? Or is it I have required to solve this? Komal, roll number 10. Okay, I will solve, no problem. काय तुम्ही काय उत्तर काय देणं जेवण जास्त झालेलं आहे असं मला वाटतंय. Okay, so we'll solve this problem. Engine weight आहे 500 kilonewton. The engine weight is a 500 kilonewton. Carriage weight is a 1500 kilonewton. Angle is a 1 and 100 means tan theta is equal to 1 by 100. Train start from rest means initial velocity 0. Moves with a constant acceleration with a tractive resistance 5 kilonewton. It is not 5 newton per kilonewton होगा. Of weight it attains a maximum speed 36 km per hour in 1 kilometer distance. Okay, so we'll solve this problem.
हॅलो सर.
हा बोला की.
सर ते आत्ताचं गणित आहे का नाही ही तुम्ही फळ्यावर आहे ती
हा
त्यात सर ती बीसी चा ब्लॉक आहे का नाही बीसी साठी आपण काढतो
हा.
तिथं डिअलम्बर्ट पण वापरू शकतो का आपण?
हा वापरू शकता की, पण तिथं डिस्टन्स कसं मिळणार डिअलम्बर्टनं तुम्हाला? तुम्हाला तिथं
हा.
डिस्टन्स मिळणार नाही ना, तुम्हाला तिथं ऍक्सेलरेशन मिळणार. जिथं जिथं डिस्प्लेसमेंट फाइंड आउट करायचं असते ना त्या त्या ठिकाणी वर्क एनर्जी प्रिन्सिपल वापरा. मी तुम्हाला ह्याच्या अगोदर बी एकदा सांगितलेलं आहे की यू कॅन जेवढे प्रॉब्लेम आपण वर्क एनर्जी प्रिन्सिपलनं सॉल्व्ह करू शकतो तेवढे सगळे डिअलम्बर्टने सॉल्व्ह करू शकतो, आणि जेवढे डिअलम्बर्टचे प्रॉब्लेम आहेत ते सगळे वर्क एनर्जी प्रिन्सिपलनं सॉल्व्ह करू शकतो. असं काही इश्यू नाही की तुम्ही त्या ह्याला हेच प्रिन्सिपल वापरायला पाहिजे. क्लिअर? So there is no such type of rule is there. But what is the easiest step that we are required to find out? So if they have asked a displacement through work energy principle, we are directly getting a displacement. If they have asked acceleration through D'Alembert principle, we are going to get acceleration directly. So that is the reason we are segregating this. If when to use the D'Alembert, when to use the work energy principle.
सर मग तिथं ऍक्सेलरेशन काढून मग डिस्प्लेसमेंट काढावं लागणार.
हा बरोबर बरोबर. आधी ऍक्सेलरेशन काढावं लागणार आणि मग डिस्प्लेसमेंट आपल्याला तिथं काढावं लागेल. क्लिअर?
ओके सर.
आता हे जे आपलं क्वेश्चन आहे तो क्वेश्चन कसा आहे तो सॉल्व्ह केलाय आपण. हा प्रॉब्लेम एक अशा टाईपचा एक प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह केला होता, तरी पण आपण हा सॉल्व्ह करतो मी. ओके. Okay, this is the engine and this is a carriage. So carriage is having weight 1500 Newton and this is having weight 500 Newton. Okay, now through a engine, how much amount of power is produced that we have required to find out. Initially it is started from rest. Velocity is 36 km per hour and we have completed 1 kilometer distance. Within 1 kilometer distance, 36 km per hour this velocity they have achieved. समजलं कि within 1 kilometer they have achieved a 36 km per hour distance, and here tan theta is equal to 1 by 100. So I know that this theta is going to come, I think so it is nearly about 89, no? नहीं नहीं 0.57. Am I right? Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Correct. So now we'll solve this problem. The resistance is, they have given 5 Newton per kilonewton. The resistance, frictional resistance Fr is equal to 5 Newton per kilonewton, that we have required to find out. So for आज काय सगळ्यांनी झालंय काय कळलं नाही मला. सगळे एक तर अनम्यूट करताय स्वतःला, नाहीतर एक तर काम तर करा. तुम्हाला जर गाणी लावायची असली तर गाणी तर लावा, मे बी आपलं निवांत बसतो ऐकत. तुम्ही जरा थोडी काळजी घ्या. जर का तुम्ही स्वतःला अनम्यूट करायचं असेल ना, तर तुम्ही जरा थोडं विचार करून अनम्यूट करा. ओके, सो इफ यू आर गोइंग टू अनम्यूट, आपको जब भी अनम्यूट करना है तो आप क्या करो कि बाहर का सराउंडिंग एनवायरनमेंट क्या है उसके हिसाब से अनम्यूट कर लीजिएगा. So it is disturbing me. So okay. So now I know that for 1 kilonewton, 5 Newton resistance force. So 1500 and 5. So 2000 kilonewton. What is the frictional resistance? We are required to find out. So find out now. Okay. I will write here. I have required to find out frictional resistance for 1 kilonewton. 5 Newton is the frictional resistance. So for 500 plus 1500, so 2000 kilonewton. What is the Fr? We are required to find out. So find out the value of Fr. Find out the value of Fr.
दहा न्यूटन.
10 न्यूटन नाही हो, 10 न्यूटन कसं असेल? 2000 गुणिले 5 भागिले 1, तर इथं झालं 5 दुनी 10,000.
ते किलो न्यूटन मध्ये.
हा, मग ते किलो न्यूटन मध्ये कन्वर्ट केलं तर किती होतंय? 5 दुनी 10, तर 10 किलो न्यूटन होते ना. So Fr is going to come, I think so, 10 kilo Newton. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 10 kilonewton is the frictional resistance. Now, what they have asked to find out, first we will check it. Initial velocity हमको दिया है, final velocity दिया है, 1 kilometer distance दिया है. So they have asked to find out value of P. इसको दोनों को खींचने के लिए कितना फोर्स अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा, ये हमको फाइंड आउट करने के लिए कहा है. So we will draw the FBD of this. A combined FBD I will draw. I will draw a combined FBD. So total weight is 2000 I will consider. 2000 को उसको खींचना है ना, 2000. Sorry, it is a 2000 Newton. Okay, 2000 Newton. Somewhere we are making mistake. फ्रिक्शनल रेजिस्टेंस कितना दिया है देख लीजिए एक बार और इधर. 5 किलो न्यूटन पर 1 किलो न्यूटन. So Fr should not be in kilo Newton, no? All things should be in Newton. For 1 kilo Newton, 5 kilo Newton.
सर 10 न्यूटन येते, किलो न्यूटन नाही.
हा हा करेक्ट करेक्ट 10 न्यूटन येते, 10 न्यूटन येते. तरी मला असं 10 न्यूटन. 10 न्यूटन. It is not in. Am I right? Correct. It is in Newton. Kilo Newton get cancelled. The answer is going to come 10,000. नहीं ना बघा की. Fr is equal to 10,000. 10,000 kilo Newton gets cancelled. It is going to come in Newton.
सर 2000 किलो न्यूटनला न्यूटन मध्ये केल्यावर 2 येते म्हणजे 5 2
हा सॉरी हा सॉरी इथं किलो न्यूटन नाही न्यूटन आहे इथं सॉरी मी जरा तिथं चुकायला लागलो नाही पण इथं किलो न्यूटन जाईल वेट त्याने 1500 हा इथं चुकलंय आपलं सॉरी इथं चुकलेलं आहे हे किलो न्यूटन मध्येच आहे and this is under it is going to come 10 kilonewton. Now it is correct. Actually I have written here Newton I have written and here I have written kilonewton, so that the problem was there. So it is 2000 kilonewton. One of the component so this will be the P force. This component is 2000 cos 89 and this component is 2000 sin 89. Okay, and frictional resistance Fr is equal to 5 kilonewton. Sorry, 10 kilonewton. Okay, this is the FBD. This is the FBD. P force in forward direction. P force is in forward direction.
सर
2000 cos
फारचं अजून एकदा सांगा
कुठलं
फारचं
तेव्हा त्याने काय सांगितलंय 5 न्यूटन पर 1 किलो न्यूटन 5 न्यूटन per 1 kilonewton. So our total weight is 500 plus 1500 2000 kilonewton weight is there. So for 2000 kilonewton, how much will be the resistance? So Fr value is going to come 10,000 Newton. So that we have converted into the kilonewton because other units are in kilonewton. Clear?
ओके सर
Okay. Now apply work energy principle. Here we have required to apply work energy principle. So A1 and 2 and 3 forces. So P into distance covered is a 1 kilometer. P into distance covered is a 1 kilometer plus minus 2000 cos 89 into 1 kilometer minus 10 into 1 is equal to 1/2 mv square. 1/2 m mass is nothing but here 2000 divided by 9.81 into velocity they have given in 36 kilometer per hour. We'll take as it is 36 square minus 1/2 mu square. Initial velocity is a 0. So in this complete equation, P is only unknown. So find out the tractive force required to pull the 2000 kilonewton weight. So find out now. You take your own time. आपको मेरे को कोई जल्दी वगैरह कुछ है ही नहीं है कि मेरे को ऐसा कोई नहीं है कि आज ही मेरे को सिलेबस कंप्लीट करना है. You can take your own time. This is after lunch break lecture is there. So you should take your own time but solve it. I will give instead of 5 minutes, I will give 10 minutes. But you are required to solve the problem. उन्होंने पहले देख लीजिए कि उन्होंने क्या पूछा है. They have asked to find out tractive force उन्होंने पूछा है. So we have required to find out इंजन ने कितना फोर्स अप्लाई किया है. That we have required to find first. And then they have asked us tension in between two carriage and engine के जो tension है वो कितना है वो हम find out करेंगे बाद में. So first you find out the value of tractive force. Draw this diagram and complete this problem. We have required to solve minimum 3, 4, 5 problems in this lecture. So So otherwise it is quite difficult for us to complete the syllabus, because if I complete today work energy principle, tomorrow I will solve the problems related to a D'Alembert for rotary motion, rotational motion, and in this way numerical things of engineering mechanics will be completed. जितने भी न्यूमेरिकल्स है वो कंप्लीट किए जाएंगे, हो जाएंगे. बाद में जो है, बाद में जो रहेगा वो दिस इज अ थेरोटिकल पार्ट. दैट थेरोटिकल पार्ट आई विल एक्सप्लेन एट एनी टाइम टू यू. थेरोटिकल पार्ट का कोई इतना ज़्यादा इशू नहीं रहता, न्यूमेरिकल समझ में बहुत आने चाहिए. एंड फॉर योर काइंड ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन आई विल टेल दैट कि इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स गेट के एग्जाम में कम से कम 6 to 8 मार्क के लिए पूछा जाता है. इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स का वेटेज गेट एग्जाम जो है उसमें है. इफ यू आर CSE बैकग्राउंड, इफ यू आर मैकेनिकल, सिविल, इलेक्ट्रिकल, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड टेलीकम्युनिकेशन, आप कौन से भी ब्रांच में हो ब्रांच में है, तो भी आपको इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स के 6 to 8 मार्क्स 100% दे आर गोइंग टू आस्क. आपको लगेगा कि 8 मार्क बहुत कम है, आप पूछ लीजिएगा बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट का 5 भी स्कोर नहीं आता. 5, नियरली अबाउट 30-40% students they are unable to get score of 5 in GATE exam. तो आपको गेट एग्जाम एमटेक वगैरह करना है या किसी PSU में ज्वाइन करना है, पब्लिक सेक्टर यूनिट मीन्स बेल बोलो, ONGC का जो प्लांट रहते हैं ना, उधर आपको एंट्री लेना है कंपनी में, उस कंपनी में एंट्री लेना है. उसका पैकेज पर ईयर 15 लाख का रहता है, 15 लाख का मिनिमम पैकेज रहता है. जो सेमी गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज है, भारत हेवी इलेक्ट्रिकल लिमिटेड, भेल, ONGC, Bharat Petroleum, these are the semi government companies. So in that company if you want to take entry, आपको अंदर जाने के लिए आपका गेट स्कोर देखा जाता है. गेट के स्कोर पे वो आपको इंटरव्यू के लिए बुलाते हैं. एंड गेट एग्जाम का दूसरा एक फायदा ऐसा है कि आपको अच्छी मार्क्स मिल गए तो यू आर गोइंग टू गेट एडमिशन इन IIT or NIT, IIT and NIT, sorry, or not, it is an NIT. So once for higher education के लिए बहुत important है. Okay, complete it and find it now. Okay, completed.
Sir, P is equal to 132154. 2154.
चेक करा जरा. 13251 ना.
1,32,154. सेम आहे सर आन्सर.
132,154.
Yes
हाँ,
sir.
But the answer they have given it is 142,130. Let it be. We will not think about this because they have considered the frictional resistance as a 5 kilonewton per kilometer. ऐसा कुछ तो किया होगा.
तर तसं मग 1,44,000 येते.
तसं 1,44,000 येते का?
हा म्हणजे ते जर त्यांनी जसं धरले तसं पकडलं तर 5 किलोमीटर पर किलोमीटर.
हा हा. आपण बरोबर आहे. आपल्याकडे ठीक, आपण कुठे चुकलेलं नाही एवढी गॅरंटी आहे. कारण 36 किलोमीटर पर आवर आहे. In 1 kilometer distance also we have considered 1 kilometer, and the speed also we have considered kilometer per hour. So there we have not made any mistake. So P should require to come 13154. Let it be. So our answer is correct. Now they have asked to find out the tractive force. Means this tension force they have asked. Sorry, tractive force we have found out. Now they have asked to find out the tension. तो इसको खींचना पड़ेगा ना, जो ट्रेन के जो कैरेज है उसको खींचना पड़ेगा. So this tension they have asked there. Am I right? So we have required to consider this is 5 kilometer. अभिषेक कांबळे. अभिषेक. Okay, those are not going to take care during lecture. Their sound is mute or unmute. I am not going to allow him for this complete lecture and if possible for next lecture also. जरा थोडी काळजी घ्या घेऊ. कसं आहे माहिती आहे का, आपण काय करतो ह्या गोष्टी जाणीव व्हायला पाहिजे की नाही. म्यूट अनम्यूट जर करत असाल तुम्ही, so you have required to take care that the surrounding environment noise should not be required to come. Okay, so and if you are, and again there is a no such type of a rule is that you should require to join for the session. Whatever the attendance is there, if your attendance is more than 80%, you will get the mark. And for your kind information, I will tell that I do have 25 marks in my hand. ISC, instead of ISC also another 25 marks are in my hand. So if you are behaving like regular, without any taking care of other surrounding, definitely I should require to give a punishment to you. Shivraj, is it correct? Is it Shivraj? Shivraj Swami. Shivraj, roll number 66. Okay, please take care of other surrounding. मी जर का असं तुम्हाला शिकवायला लागलोय, मैंने अभी आपको पढ़ाना स्टार्ट किया और बाद में इधर उधर मैंने नॉइज स्टार्ट हुआ है और उधर मैंने पढ़ाना स्टार्ट किया, तो आपको तो समझेगा क्या. So and unnecessarily don't disturb for other students. My request is that. कम से कम मेरे को तो पक्का पता है कि इसमें जो बैठे हैं उसमें से कम 10 स्टूडेंट तो ऐसे हैं उनको पढ़ना है. ऐसा नहीं है कि हर एक आप जैसा ही है. Honestly, they are coming here, they are attending lecture, they are investing their time. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप जैसे वो टाइम पास करके बैठे हैं, आप इधर एक पिक्चर लगाया और वो बैठे हैं, आप मोबाइल उधर रख के बैठे हैं. ऐसा नहीं है. जो आंसर दे रहे हैं वो सच, मेरे को पता है कि दे आर ऑनेस्टली दे आर डूइंग देयर वर्क. और ऐसे मिनिमम मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि मैं मैक्सिमम का भी नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि मिनिमम आई न्यू एट मिनिमम 10 स्टूडेंट्स आर देयर इन दिस क्लास. एंड व्हाई यू आर डिस्टर्बिंग टू देम? You don't have that much authority to disturb other students. So whenever you are making unmute to yourself, please take care of surrounding noise and then you unmute yourself. ऐसा कभी नहीं होता कि by mistakenly unmute होता है, ऐसा कभी नहीं होता है. मेरे को पक्का पता है. Last 1 year we are doing this online teaching. हमको पता है कि कौन वॉलंटरली कर रहा है, क्या कर रहा है. ये इतना समझ में नहीं आएगा. ऐसा आपको कैसा लगता है? बाय मिस्टेकली होने के चांसेस बहुत कम है. फिर भी आप क्या करते हैं कि इफ यू आर वांट टू टेक टेस्ट, आपको ऐसा लगता होगा कि चलो एक मजाक करना है, ऐसा इस हिसाब से भी करते होंगे आप शायद. तो प्लीज टेक केयर henceforth. ओके, एनीवन इज हैविंग एनी क्वेश्चन?
हॅलो सर.
हा बोला.
तिथं 5 किलो न्यूटन पर किलो न्यूटनच घ्यायचंय वाटतं, कारण तसं घेतलं ना तर ती बरोबर 142 असं येतंय.
ऍक्च्युली ते क्वेश्चन चुकीचं आहे. तुम्ही विचार करा ना, एका किलो न्यूटनला 5 किलो न्यूटन हा ट्रॅक्टिव्ह रेजिस्टन्स असेल तर गाडी किती, इंजिन किती मोठं लागेल तुम्ही. जेवढा फोर्स अप्लाय करायचा त्याच्यापेक्षा 10 पटीनं तुम्हाला, म्हणजे 5 पटीनं महाग वाढणारा फोर्स आहे. क्लियर? सो ऐसा कभी नहीं होता है कि जितना वेट है उससे ज्यादा आपका ट्रैक्टिव रेजिस्टेंस होगा. सो ये कभी नहीं पॉसिबल. बाय मिस्टेकली दे हैव रिटन, बट विल टेक हियर एज आवर रेगुलर प्रैक्टिसेस. जस्ट विल टेक इट 10. Already we have found out this. Now, okay. Now where we are, कि हमने देखा है. In this case, just one thing we are required to add. This is nothing but tension at the back side. When I have considered a single FBD, last time also you have seen, जब मैं सिंगल FBD लेता हूं तो कनेक्टेड बॉडीज की टेंशन मेरे को लेना पड़ता है. But if there are two bodies, I don't require to consider tension. Last time one problem we have solved. So when I have considered a single body, then I have required to consider tension, and already we have found out the value of P. So it is nothing but 132,154 kilonewton. Am I right? So in this complete equation, only one thing we have required to add, that is nothing but minus T into 1. In this complete equation, only we have required to add T here, T into 1. Minus T because it is moving in upward direction. So minus T into 1 plus P की वैल्यू तो हमको अभी भी पता चल गई है. So in this complete equation, only unknown is T. So in this complete equation, unknown is T. So find out the answer of T. Okay, find out this answer now.
आन्सर 0 येते. हॅलो सर.
जीरो ही आएगा ना सर.
हॅलो सर.
हेलो. हाँ सॉरी है, वो आंसर एक्चुअली 0 ही आएगा इसमें, लेकिन वो गलत
हाँ,
है,
0
मैंने
है।
इधर गलत किया है.
हाँ
मैं रीजन बताता हूँ आपको. हेलो.
हाँ यस सर.
हाँ जी, रीजन बताता हूँ. एक्चुअली क्या हुआ है कि ये जो बॉडी मैंने पहले ड्रॉ किया था ना एफबीडी, वो कंबाइंड बॉडी थी, लेकिन मेरे को खाली इंजन ही लेना है ना इधर, इसलिए गलती हो गई है मेरे से. एक्चुअली हियर शुड बी 500. Here also it is a 500. Here also it is a 500. This force let it be, and this is also going to change. This is also going to change. How it is going to change? For 1 kilonewton, 5 newton. So for 500 kilonewton, how much is the resistance? Fr. So in this way it is going to change. So I made a small mistake here. So it is 500. Okay, let it be, but you understood that. You understood the concept. The figures are just a tentative. Figures are just a tentative figures. Clear. So again I am repeating this. Actually, we should require to consider one body for second case, because we have required to find out tension. Tension हमको find out करना था, इसलिए एक बॉडी कंसिडर करनी पड़ी चाहिए थी, यानी एक बॉडी का ही वेट कंसिडर करना चाहिए था. मैंने 2 बॉडी का पहले मैंने क्या किया कि फॉर रिड्यूसिंग माई टाइम, मेरा वर्क कम करने के लिए उस डायग्राम में ही मैंने चेंजेस कर दिए, इसलिए वो गलती हो गई. तो एक्चुअली हियर इन वेयर एवर देयर इज अ 2000 is there should be a 500, and here also this value is also going to change. Okay, but other things are remain same. Okay, so you can solve this problem. आपको अभी आइडिया आ गई है कि कैसे सॉल्व करना है. So we'll take the next problem. Okay, now we'll take next problem 7.1.12. 7.1.12. रिमेनिंग प्रॉब्लम that things will be for a homework. प्रीवियस प्रॉब्लम का जो रिमेनिंग पोर्शन है वो that will be for a homework. A body weighing 300 Newton is pushed up a 30-degree plane by a 400 Newton force parallel acting to the plane. If the initial velocity of body is 105 meter per second, coefficient of friction is mu is equal to what velocity will the body have after moving 6 meters? Similar type of a problem we have solved in morning session. Similar type of a problem we have solved in morning session, so that we have required to take this problem for a homework. Similar, same, there is only the values are different. Am I right? So you can take this 12th problem for homework. So write it down somewhere. So 12th problem is for a homework. Our problem is also same. You can check it. The answer is also 8.6 in above, here also 8.6. Problem is remain same. 7.1.12 and 7.1.7. These two questions are remain same. So we will not take this problem. Okay, so we'll take the next problem. A pile hammer weighing 20 kilonewton drops from a height of 550 mm on a pile of 8 kilonewton. Pile and hammer in Marathi we can call it is छनी. Pile ला आपण छनी म्हणतो आणि hammer म्हणजे हातोडा. Okay, So pile and hammer. Okay, so you might know this pile and hammer word. So pile is having weight 20 kilonewton and hammer, pile hammer weighing 20 kilonewtons drops from a height 550 mm on a pile of 8 kilonewton. Means pile का weight 8 kilonewton है, hammer का weight 20 kilonewton है. How deep does a single blow of hammer drive the pile if the resistance of the ground to a pile is 140 kilonewton? Also calculate loss in kinetic energy during impact. Assume that ground resistance is a constant. Okay. So here this problem is very different from previous problem. So we'll solve this problem. Okay. So 7.1.13. Please take this problem. 7.1.13. Okay. This is a pile. This is a hammer. Okay. The mass of the pile is, I will write here. Mass is 8 kilonewton. And the mass of this is, I will write here. Mass is how much it is? 20 kilonewton. 20 kilonewton. And the distance between this to this, 550 meters. And it is okay. So after impacting, this will move us some distance. That distance I will consider it is a yes. And the resistance they have given, how much resistance they have given? Resistance
140.
140. Okay. So 140 kilonewton. So 140 kilonewton. आपण कधी कधी बघा लाकड फोडण्यासाठी हॅमरिंग करतो बघा, पायलने छन्नी आणि हातोड्याने हे करतात लाकडं फोडायचे असतील तर. So similar type of any concept is there. Hammer of 20 kilonewton is impacted on this. After impact, it is going insert here. It will be inserted here, and they are asked that what is the distance they have covered after impacting 20 kilonewton weight. Clear? So I will consider this distance. I will consider 550. After that impact, it will go below. So now I will again consider there are three segments A, this is a B, and this is a C. Now you can check it. Initial velocity of A is a 0. Final velocity in this case you can check. Phi B is equal to UBC. Or I will write here velocity, final velocity of AB segment is the initial velocity of BC segment, and VBC is also equal to 0. VBC is also equal to 0. Clear? A to B, B to C. It will impact first. During impact, what is the velocity we are required to find out? What is the velocity we are required to find out? And after that, we are required to find out the displacement. Okay? Draw this diagram first. Draw this diagram. And first, after drawing this diagram, you should require to find out the velocity at AB segment, and it is simple. It is your duty now to find out phi AB. If you know the distance, If you know the initial velocity, find out the final velocity. The problem structure I have kept in front of you. It is your duty now to find out the velocity. Diagram completed. Prashant Nagne,
Yes, sir.
diagram completed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, till date, we have not solved a similar type of a problem. Similar type of a problem. The reason I will tell that here, when it will come here, the velocity is a VAB, or I will put here in this way. Otherwise, just to make a somewhat correction here. Here, velocity of this is the B point, VBC, we have required to find out. Sorry, VAB we have required to find out. Okay. Now, what do you feel? Just I will ask you one question. जब इस पे इम्पैक्ट होगा तो ये दोनों भी साथ जाएंगे, ये दोनों भी साथ जाएंगे. Here, when it is going to impact, we are not removing the hammer suddenly back. This will come down. Now, can I say that जब ये hammer इधर आया था, which velocity से आया था, उसी velocity से ये दोनों अंदर जाएंगे क्या? उसका velocity कुछ different होगा. Again, I am repeating this question. This question is for you. मैं अभी भी एक बार पूछ लेता हूँ. 20 किलोन्यूटन का जो हैमर है इधर आ गया, इधर आने के बाद उसकी वेलोसिटी कुछ तो होगी 10 मीटर पर सेकंड, ऐसा सपोज. नाउ ये 10 मीटर पर सेकंड सेम वेलोसिटी से ये दोनों अंदर जाएंगे क्या? नहीं जाएंगे, बिकॉज देयर इज एन इम्पैक्ट इज देयर. देयर इज एन इम्पैक्ट इज देयर, एंड ड्यूरिंग द इम्पैक्ट, इधर इम्पैक्ट हुआ है, इसकी वेलोसिटी 0 थी, इसकी वेलोसिटी 10 मीटर पर सेकंड थी, इसलिए दोनों जब नीचे जाएंगे तब उसकी वेलोसिटी 10 मीटर पर सेकंड से कुछ तो कम होगी. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग और नॉट? अगेन आई एम रिपीटिंग दिस. सपोज दैट ये जो हैमर है इधर आ गया, उसकी वेलोसिटी 10 मीटर पर सेकंड है, उसकी वेलोसिटी जब 10 मीटर पर सेकंड थी तब इस पे इम्पैक्ट किया, लेकिन इम्पैक्ट करते वक्त इसकी वेलोसिटी 0 थी. 10 मीटर वालों ने 0 मीटर पर सेकंड पे इम्पैक्ट किया. उस पे इम्पैक्ट करने के बाद ऑब्वियसली जब दोनों साथ में नीचे जाएंगे तब उसकी वेलोसिटी 10 मीटर पर सेकंड से नीचे होंगे. क्लियर? So we have required to find out initial velocity VAB, and after impact we have required to find out the velocity. That velocity I will represent by V. After impact we will find out the velocity, and that I will represent by V. Clear? So find out this VAB first. We will use a formula. V square minus U square is equal to twice AS. Here instead of A it will be G, because hammer is coming with a constant acceleration. Clear? So the initial velocity is a 0. So V is equal to under root 2 into 9.81 into 550. So find out this value.
One zero three.
103. So the VAB is equal to 103 meter per second. Everyone is having the same answer or different?
मिलीमीटर पर सेकंड येते सर.
MM आहे काय? 550 में.
हा.
Okay. No problem. MM per second, no problem. Actually, I have written here meter, so it will be mm. Okay, 103 mm per second. Clear? Now, here henceforth, we have required to apply law of conservation of momentum. Law of conservation of momentum. So, what is the law of conservation of momentum? So, mathematically, I will explain this now. M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 plus M2 into V. Whatever the momentum is there, that moment before impact and after impact is remain same. That is the statement of law of conservation of momentum. So again, whenever there is any impact type of any problems are there, we have required to use law of conservation of momentum. So write it down somewhere in the corner. I will write. Corner law of conservation of momentum. So M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 plus M2 into V before impact and after impact. Before and after. So write it down. This statement is very important because many problems we are required to solve. Impact related problem we have required to solve with the help of this equation. So write it down the statement. The momentum, what is mean by momentum? Mass into velocity is called as momentum. Mass into velocity. The product of mass and velocity is called as a momentum. In Newton's second law, we have seen that rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. So momentum is nothing but mass into velocity. Momentum is nothing but mass into velocity. So write it down, law of conservation of momentum. At the above side of notebook, you write down law of conservation of momentum. That write down rate of change of momentum. The rate of change of momentum. Sorry, rate of change of momentum not. The momentum before impact and after impact remains same. The momentum before impact and after impact remains same. Remains same. So have you written? The momentum before impact and after impact remains same. Mathematically, M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 plus M2 into V. M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to m1 plus m2 into v. V is nothing but velocity after impact, and before impact the velocity. Now same formula we will use to find out the velocity. After impact velocity we are required to find out. After impact velocity we will find out. Now, so mass m1 I will consider it is a 20 kilonewton. So 20 into initial velocity is 103. Just before impact, what is the velocity of hammer? 103. So 20 into 103 plus m2 is nothing but mass of a pile. This is 8 kilonewton. 8 into initial velocity of pile. Before impact, the pile was a stationary. Pile was a stationary. ये stationary था. तब इसकी velocity कितनी थी? 0 थी. So I will not consider this. So I will write just m2 u2, that is nothing but it is a 0, is equal to m1 plus m2 means it is 20 plus 8 into v. So in this complete equation, v is unknown. Find out the v now. Find out the value of v. So once we have found out the value of v, this v is equal to initial velocity for BC segment. This is the initial velocity for BC segment. So find out now. Find it now.
$73, sir.
Answer is 73. Am I right?
73.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so initial velocity before impact for hammer it was 103. Now after impact the velocity become now 73. Now further problem is very simple. Next problem is very simple. Just we are required to apply work energy principle for BC segment to find out a displacement. To find out displacement, we are required to apply work energy principle, and for work energy principle, I will erase this. So hammer is moving in a downward direction, so it is having some weight, that is nothing but 20 plus 8 kilonewton. Reverse force is a 140 kilonewton. Reverse force is a 140 kilonewton. So if I wanted to see 20 plus 8 into displacement, which is in downward direction. Am I right? So if you wanted to draw this diagram, I will draw here. आपको शायद समझ में आने के लिए मैं इधर ड्रॉ करता हूँ. 20 plus 8, and it is moving in a downward direction. I will erase this much portion now. It is moving in a downward direction, so resistance is applied here. Weight is applying in downward direction. Weight is in downward direction, resistance in upward direction, and this displacement we are required to find out. So this is the FABD. So 20 plus 8 into S minus 140 into S minus 140 into S is equal to 1/2 m1 plus m2. So m1 is how much? 20 plus 8 divided by 9.81 into V square. V square is how much? Just now we have found out how much it was.
73.
73, sir.
I'll write.
73.
Okay, so 73 I'll write. So 73 square minus 1/2 20 plus 8 divided by 9.81 into, sorry, this is the final velocity. Yeah? This is the v square is equal to u square, and this velocity is 73 square, and this final velocity you can check it here, it is 0. Am I right? Initial velocity, it is a 73, you can check it. After impact, what is the velocity? That velocity will be the initial velocity for BC segment, and it is a 73. So you can just keep the value of initial velocity 73 square. And in this equation, in this complete equation, you can check it, only S is unknown. Only S is unknown, so find out S. Find out yes now.
Sir.
67, okay. So they have not given answer here in this numerical, let it be. So 67, everyone has received same answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so 67 is the answer for displacement is 67. Now what they have asked here, change in kinetic energy they have asked here. Now what is the change in kinetic energy? कि जब इम्पैक्ट हुआ था उसके पहले कितना काइनेटिक एनर्जी था और इम्पैक्ट होने के बाद कितनी काइनेटिक एनर्जी है. सो व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला टू फाइंड आउट चेंज इन काइनेटिक एनर्जी? 1/2 mv square for hammer plus pile 1/2 mv square. This is for pile, this is for hammer. माइनस ये टोटल हो गया, इसमें से हमको डिडक्ट क्या करना पड़ेगा? 1/2 m1 plus m2 v square, and v is nothing but 73. So in this case पाइल का जो velocity था तो वो तो 0 ही है. Am I right? So what I have required to do here? So change in kinetic energy, is it feasible? Okay, so I will write it down here. I will write here. Okay, so 67 answer you received. Now see here, again I am repeating this. ये जब इधर आया था उनका कहना क्या है कि इम्पैक्ट होते वक्त उसमें कितना काइनेटिक एनर्जी का लॉस हुआ है. तो मेरे को क्या करना पड़ेगा? काइनेटिक एनर्जी पहले कितनी थी एंड इम्पैक्ट होने के बाद वेलोसिटी कितनी है वो फाइंड आउट करनी पड़ेगी. तो चेंज इन काइनेटिक एनर्जी इज इक्वल टू बिफोर इम्पैक्ट काइनेटिक एनर्जी. सो बिफोर इम्पैक्ट 1/2 mv square m1, or this is related to the pile, plus 1/2 mv square, this is related to hammer. So I will write here hammer, this is I will write pile. Change they have asked, so minus after impact pile and hammer they will become 1/2 m1 plus m2. m1 is nothing but pile, m2 is nothing but hammer, m1 m2 into v square. Am I right? Now you know that velocity of pile before impact it was 0. Before impact it was 0. So this value will ultimately become 0. Now just keep this value 1/2 20 mass. This is a weight actually 20 mass we have required to write. So divided by 9.81 into v square. V is nothing but 103 square minus 1/2 28 m1 plus m2 28 into velocity 73 square. So whatever the value is going to come after this calculation, this is nothing but loss in kinetic energy. Loss in kinetic energy. So find it now. Again I am repeating this. हमको क्या करना है, लॉस इन काइनेटिक एनर्जी हमको फाइंड आउट करना है. आपको तो पता ही है जब भी कोई टू बॉडीज दे आर गोइंग टू इम्पैक्ट, तब उसमें इम्पैक्ट होने के बाद उसमें कुछ तो लॉस होगा. वो लॉस उन्होंने पूछा है. तो बिफोर इम्पैक्ट उनकी कितनी वेलोसिटी थी, आफ्टर इम्पैक्ट कितनी वेलोसिटी है, ये दोनों वेलोसिटी हमने डिडक्ट किया, दोनों की वैल्यू डिडक्ट किया. तो जो भी आंसर आएगा that is nothing but net change in kinetic energy, because kinetic energy is dependent on velocity. So similar way I have written 1/2 mv square plus 1/2 mv square. Pile ka kinetic energy, hammer ka kinetic energy. After impact, these two things will become one. So 1/2 m1 plus m2 into v square combined velocity. Now pile is having zero velocity, so that will be zero. So 1/2 m, that is nothing but 20 into v square, it is a 103 square, divided by, here I have forgotten to write 9.81, sorry, this is 9.81. weight they have given, we are required to convert it into the mass. Okay.
हॅलो सर.
हा
सर मग आपण लॉ ऑफ कन्झर्वेशन ऑफ मोमेंटमला मग तिथं 9.81 ला आपण नाही भागलं.
तिथं भागलं नाही का तुम्ही?
नाही भागलं सर.
नाही, पण तरी पण काय तिथं फरक पडत नाही. त्यामागचं कारण सांगू का तुम्हाला, दोन्ही साईडला बी लॉ ऑफ कन्झर्वेशन ऑफ मोमेंटच्या दोन्ही साईडला मासच आहे. त्यामुळे 9.81 गेट कॅन्सल तिथं. समजला मी काय म्हणतोय? तुम्ही लॉ ऑफ कन्झर्वेशन ऑफ मोमेंटम मध्ये काय केलं, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 plus m2 into v. तो इन बोथ साइड देयर इज अ 9.81 से हमको डिवाइड करना पड़ेगा. तो ये 9.81 गेट कैंसल देयर.
यस सर.
हाँ, अल्टीमेटली आंसर इज गोइंग टू कम सेम. Okay, this is the loss of kinetic energy. So find out this now. So change in kinetic energy or loss in kinetic energy, the answer should be, who has found out?
0.09.
Point
3209.38.
32. 1257 येते की यांचं.
नाही सर
हे answer येत नाही का? तुमचं किती आलं?
3209.
3209 येते.
3209 येते का? Okay, no problem. We are correct. So 3209. Answer should be in joule. Okay, 3209. That we have made any mistake? No. 20 divided by 9.81 velocity up before impact it is a 103 and after impact it is a 73. There is a no. Yes, it is a very simple straightforward calculation is there. We have not made any mistake here. I knew it. So that answer itself is wrong. The booklet answer is wrong. Okay, everyone has received the same answer.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll take the next problem. You can check it the problem.
Hello,
Similar
sir.
type of. Huh?
हॅलो सर.
हा बोला की.
हा सर, त्या मिलीमीटरमुळं फरक पडत नाही का उत्तरात, उत्तर जूल
इथं-
मध्ये आणि
नाही काय झालंय माहितीये का, इथं व्हेलॉसिटी हा तसं म्हणता व्हेलॉसिटी इज mm per second यायला लागली.
सर कायनेटिक एनर्जी जूल मध्ये दिली त्यांनी.
लॉस इन कायनेटिक एनर्जी ना, कायनेटिक एनर्जी कायम त्याचं युनिट जूलच असते ना, न्यूटन मीटर.
पण फरक पडत नाही का असं विचारते मी.
नाही फरक म्हणजे तुमचा 10⁻³ 10⁻³ मध्ये फरक पडणार. mmचं कसं आहे, आपली जी आता कायनेटिक एनर्जी जी आलेली आहे ती एनर्जी तुमची कशात येणार आहे, ह्याच्यात जर बघितलं तुम्ही तर mm मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वेअर. पण काय फरक पडत नाही ते. आन्सर शेवटला तेच राहणार आहे, फक्त 10⁻³ चा फरक पडतो.
सर 3.15 येते तसं.
हा मग तीच घे, मग 3.15 किंवा 3.20 ते आन्सर जवळपास सेमच आहे ना. ओके, लेट इट बी. So means your question is correct, no doubt. We have required to convert it into the meter, but let it be if answer velocity if I found out in mm per second, kinetic energy is not going to that way, it is going to change. Okay.
ओके सर.
Okay, now we'll take, but maximally you can convert it into the meter per second. The reason I will tell that ki whatever the 9.81 we have considered, no, that is in meter per second square. So your 103 should be also in meter per second. That is Newton meter. So that will be that way you are required to consider 103, no, that should be in meter per second. So you are correct. We have required to convert so that the answer is going to come correct. So 550 meter we have required to convert. You just do one calculation. Velocity meter per second मध्ये consider करा बरं. .103 consider करा and 73 consider करून velocity 0.73 consider करून किती येते, 3.209 येते, बरोबर आहे की. Okay, so there is only. So there is a small change is going to occur, but remember one thing, always consider velocity in kinetic energy in meter per second. Clear? Okay, so we'll take a next problem. Now, next problem is a block of 5 kg moving up a plane making an angle 30 degree with at a velocity of 8 meter per second. Find out the time required for the block to reach highest position of the plane. लेकिन distance किधर दिया है, उन्होंने दिया ही नहीं है. 8 मीटर पर सेकंड लेकिन बोला है, लेकिन हाईएस्ट पोजीशन ऑफ द प्लेन, हमको क्या पता कितना वो प्लेन हाईएस्ट है। ओके, दिस प्रॉब्लम इज क्वाइट, उन्होंने कुछ डाटा सफिशिएंट नहीं, इसलिए हम नहीं सॉल्व करेंगे ये, क्योंकि हाईएस्ट पोजीशन ऑफ द प्लेन पे टाइम पूछा है, लेकिन वो हाईएस्ट डिस्टेंस कितना है वो बताया ही नहीं उन्होंने हमको। 30 डिग्री प्लेन हम किधर से किधर तक बना सकते हैं। Okay, so we will not solve this problem. Next problem we will take 7.1.15. A tram car weighs 150 kilonewton. एक कार है, उसका वेट 120 किलोन्यूटन है। The tractive resistance shear 5 न्यूटन पर किलोन्यूटन, ये होना चाहिए। Tractive resistance should be 5 न्यूटन पर किलोन्यूटन। 1 किलोन्यूटन के लिए 5 न्यूटन, so 120 के लिए कितना रेजिस्टेंस। What power will be required to propel the car at a uniform speed of 20 km per hour? Just now we have solved the problem कि कितना पावर होना चाहिए ताकि वो 20 किलोमीटर पर आवर से वो रन हो सके। So here you can see here कितना पावर होना चाहिए उन्होंने पूछा है। And the problem is very simple, just we are required to find out tractive force, and then afterwards we have required to multiply it by velocity. So similar type of problem we have solved, so we will not solve this problem also. और लेवल सरफेस के लिए, लेवल सरफेस होगा तो कितना पावर होना चाहिए, इंक्लाइन प्लेन अप जाने के लिए कितना होना चाहिए, एंड डाउन द प्लेन होगा तो कितना होना चाहिए। ये तीनों प्रॉब्लम हमने इस टाइप के प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व किए हैं, तो यू हैव रिक्वायर्ड टू सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम एज एन होमवर्क। क्लियर? सॉल्व कर पाएंगे कि नहीं? क्वेश्चन आपके सामने है कि क्लियर है, एक ट्रैम कार है 20 की है, लेवल रोड पे होगा। आई विल ड्रॉ द डायग्राम एंड आफ्टरवर्ड्स यू सॉल्व एट होम। ओके, 3 कंडीशन पूछा है उन्होंने। तो दिस प्रॉब्लम इज फॉर होमवर्क, रिमेंबर दिस। उन्होंने क्या कहा है, 3 कंडीशन। एक लेवल रोड पे है तो इसका ट्रैक्टिव फोर्स कितना है, P निकालना है इसमें। इस कंडीशन में खाली फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स ही रेजिस्टेंस होगा, ओनली 2 फोर्सेस विल बी देयर। सेकंड कंडीशन में क्या पूछा है, इट इज ऑन इंक्लाइन प्लेन, अप ऊपर जा रहा है बोला है, तो फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स एक होगा, P एक होगा, एंड वेट का एक कंपोनेंट होता है ना, वेट का कंपोनेंट वो एक होगा। दिस इज द फर्स्ट कंडीशन, दिस इज द सेकंड कंडीशन। सो 3 फोर्सेस। एफआर की तो वैल्यू उन्होंने दी है, वो तो वेट पे डिपेंड है, W cos 90 minus theta and P, and down the plane मतलब shear. The down the plane means P should be in a downward direction. P should be in a downward direction. One of the component of force, weight, sorry, one of the component of weight. So this is a W cos 90 minus theta, and the frictional force will be opposite direction. So these 3 conditions. For these 3 conditions, what is the value of P? They have asked. Clear? Slope तो बहुत कम दिया है, देख लीजिए 1 in 300. Up in incline 1 in 300, down and inclination 1 in 300. Okay? बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, सिमिलर टाइप अपने प्रॉब्लम हुआ सॉल्व। नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम 7.1.16। जैसे यू ड्रॉ दिस डायग्राम, आप डायग्राम ड्रॉ कर लीजिए इस प्रॉब्लम की 7.1.15 की डायग्राम ड्रॉ कर लीजिए। पहली कंडीशन ऑन लेवल सरफेस, सेकंड कंडीशन I will draw somewhere below so that you will get idea. रिएक्शन की कोई जरूरत नहीं एक्चुअली। Fr W, so this is W cos 90 minus theta, W sin 90 minus theta. Okay, W cos W sin, W reaction FR. So here also same reaction and W sin 90 minus theta. Okay, solve ये आपको घर पे सॉल्व करना है. This problem is for homework purpose. Okay. तीनों डायग्राम ड्रॉ कर लीजिए. Completed diagram. Read next question. 7.1.16. Okay, next question. A body of weight 2000 Newton moves on a level horizontal rough road for a distance of 200 meter. The resistance of road is a 20% of weight of the body. म्हणजे resistance 20% म्हणजे किती येतोय बघा 2000 ला 20% किती येते 20%. 20 divided by 200 Newton. So 200 Newton is the resistance force. 400 or
400 sir. 400.
400. Correct. 400.
Sir 400.
For correct. For 1000 Newton it is a 200. For 2000 Newton it is a 400. Correct. So 400 Newton is the resistance force. Find velocity of a body it attains at a distance 200 meter if it starts from a rest. उन्होंने खाली velocity पूछा है हमको. So I will give time to you to solve this problem. Very simple problem and straightforward. ये प्रॉब्लम समझ में आ गया ना तो ऑब्वियसली बाकी के मीन्स ये बहुत ही सिंपल प्रॉब्लम है। तो ऑन अ स्ट्रेट लेवल रोड, एक्चुअली इतने डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस, ऐसे ही क्वेश्चंस एग्जाम में भी पूछे जाएंगे। दिस इज 2000 न्यूटन, रेजिस्टेंस फोर्स इज 400, Fr is equal to 400. Starting from rest means initial velocity is 0. उन्होंने फाइनल वेलोसिटी फाइंड आउट करने के लिए कहा है। एंड डिस्टेंस हाउ मच दे हैव सेड, 200 मीटर। डिस्टेंस इज 200 मीटर। कैन यू सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम नाउ बाय यूजिंग वर्क एनर्जी प्रिंसिपल? You take your own time and solve this problem. Okay, completed.
28.01.
Correct. 8.01 meter per second. Okay. Now next problem we will take, determine the constant force P, and I think so nearly about more than 12 problems we have solved. Yes, I have solved with you. So I think so this problem I will consider as the last problem. Okay. So remaining problem, if you see that it is file hammer चे एक आहेत, wooden block चे एक आहेत. Okay, one of the problem, one hour remaining problem we will take after tomorrow. We will take today. We will take this problem as the last problem, and we will complete today's session. Tomorrow again 1 or 2 problems we will take, and we will complete work energy numericals. Okay. So tomorrow also we will take minimum 2 lectures, and we will complete all the numericals in our engineering mechanics syllabus. So today it is not possible because I know that you are bored now. I also bored. So that I will stop here for taking this numerical only. Determine the constant force P that will give the system of bodies as shown below. A velocity of 3 meter per second after moving 4.5 meter from the rest. The coefficient of friction between blocks and plane is a 0.3. Pulleys are smooth. Now see here, these problems are related to the connected bodies. Problem is very, very simple. Nothing is there in this problem because in connected bodies we don't require to draw a separate FBD. In single FBD we are required to complete this problem. Now they have clearly mentioned that after moving a 4.5 meter distance, what they have said again, we will check it. Determine the constant force P that will give the system of bodies shown in below. The velocity of 3 meter per second after moving 4.5 meter from the rest, means the distance also given, the velocity also given. They have asked to find out just P force. A very simple problem. The initial velocity is 0. Final velocity they have given. This distance they have given 4.5 meter. And final velocity they have given 3 meter per second. And they have asked to find out P force. Okay. Now, the coefficient of friction they have given of a block and plane. The weight of this block I will consider W1. No, sorry, they have given it is a 500, 2000 and 1000. So 500 weight. Here the reaction is also 500. If it is moving in this direction, the frictional force is, I will consider this is FR1 is equal to mu into R1. Mu they have given it is 0.3. So 0.3 into 500. Okay, so first body, only one force is we have required to consider, 1 and 2. These two forces we have required to consider. The tension which is present here and here we have not required to consider because it is connected body. Now tan theta is equal to 4/3. How much it can calculate this now? Tan theta is equal to 4/3. How much angle?
53.13.
53. Okay, so 53 degree I will 0.13. So 13 degree. Now I know that this weight is a 2000 weight. It is having two components, 2000 cos 53, 90 minus 53, how much?
36.
36.
Okay, so 36, sorry, it is sine 36, and this component, it is moving in a downward direction. It will be 200 cos 36. So downward. So remember, this is a downward, and frictional force. The reaction force, it is R2. This is a FR2, and FR2 I will write here. I will write here FR2. So FR2 is equal to mu into R2. Mu is 0.3 into R2. You can check it. It is a 2000 sine. You can summation of f of y if you did it here. So R2 is nothing but 2000 sine 36. So whatever the answer is going to come, this will be the FR2. So here two forces will be there. One is frictional force FR2 and 2000 cos 36. Okay. Now third is 1000. Then this is R3 moving in upward direction. So remember FR3 is equal to mu into R3. Mu is 0.3 into 1000. Okay, and here only one force is there, and this tension and this tension is going to cancel to each other. So draw the FBD. Once you have drawn the FBD, within one step you will get the answer. Within one step you are going to get the answer. So draw this FBD now. Completed. Any doubt related to this diagram? Because once you understood this diagram, further part is just applying the work energy principle. Any question related to this diagram?
हॅलो सर.
हा बोला की वैष्णव.
सर तिथं फोर्स घ्यायचाय म्हणल्यावर 500 पण घ्यावं लागणार ना, आता ह्याला कंपोनंट नाहीत म्हणल्यावर.
कुठलं 500 घ्यावं लागणार म्हणतो?
ती
पहिल्या
500
पहिल्या बॉडी
न्यूटन.
कुठं घ्यावं लागणार मग?
फोर्स इंटू डिस्प्लेसमेंट मध्ये.
नाही ना, हॉरिझॉन्टल ज्या दिशेने डिस्प्लेसमेंट होते ना त्याचेच फोर्सेस कन्सिडर करावं लागतात आपल्याला. पहिली बॉडी हॉरिझॉन्टल चालली, 500 न्यूटनचा काय संबंध येतोय त्याचा? त्याच्यामुळे तयार होणारा फ्रिक्शन नाही ना, कशाला घेतो आपण? बघा तुम्ही आजपर्यंत आपण कधीच घेतलेलं नाही. परपेंडिक्युलर ज्या दिशेने डिस्प्लेसमेंट व्हायला लागलंय ना त्याच्या आपण एक तर समेशन ऑफ एफ ऑफ एक्स तर घेतो, म्हणजे एक्स डिरेक्शन किंवा वाय डिरेक्शन. आता ह्या केसमध्ये एक्स डिरेक्शनचा आहे, पहिल्या बॉडीला एक्स डिरेक्शनचा आहे, बरोबर आहे का? तर त्या दिशेचे सगळे फोर्सेस घ्यावे लागतात, डिस्प्लेसमेंटच्या दिशेचे सगळे फोर्सेस घ्यायचे. कळालं का? परत आता दुसरी बॉडी बघा, 2000 न्यूटनची जी बॉडी आहे का ना ती इन्क्लाइंड मूव्ह होती. हे जर हॉरिझॉन्टल मूव्ह झालं तर दुसरी 2000 ची बॉडी इन्क्लाइंड मूव्ह होणार ना. त्यामुळे इन्क्लाइंड दिशेचेच तेवढे फोर्सेस घ्यायचे ना. सिंपल स्टेटमेंट आय विल से दॅट की अलॉंग विच डायरेक्शन डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज हॅपनिंग ऑन दॅट डिरेक्शन ओनली फोर्सेस वी हॅव रिक्वायर्ड टू कन्सिडर. The forces along displacement direction we have required to consider. Other than that, we have not required to consider. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So apply work energy principle now. In front of you, all the things are there. First force we are required to consider it is a P into displacement 4.5 meter. This is a positive. I will dictate this now. FR1 is a negative, so minus FR1 into 4.5. Third, 2000 cos 36 into 4.5 because it is a connected bodies. So if first body has moved by 4.5 meters, second body is also going to move by 4.5 meters because body is a connected bodies. Correct? So 2000 cos 36 into 4.5. It is minus again minus FR2 into 4.5, then just FR3 minus FR3 into 4.5. Only these many forces we are required to consider. So now if I want to apply work energy principle, here this is a positive P into 4.5 minus FR1 is nothing but 0.3 into 500 into 4.5. Two forces we have considered, tensions we don't require to consider, minus 2000 cos 36 into 4.5. Correct? Then FR2 minus FR2 is how much? 0.3 into 2000 sin 36 into 4.5 minus FR3 nothing but 0.3 into 1000 into 4.5 is equal to change in kinetic energy 1/2 M1, M2 and M3. All these masses we have required to consider. So 500 plus 2000 plus and 1000 divided by 9.81. Phi square and velocity is how much? 3 square minus initial velocity is a 0. So directly I will write 0 here. Minus 0. 1/2 mu square. So initial velocity is a 0. In this complete equation, unknown is only P. P is the only unknown. So find out the value of P. What is the value of P?
दोन हजार 766.7.
2766.90.
Correct, correct. So 2766 is the answer for this question. So in this way, we have solved minimum, I think so near about 8 questions we have solved from morning. I think so you understood what is the work energy principle. Still 1 or 2 problems we will take tomorrow. And one of the problems of circular motion related to a D'Alembert motion we will complete tomorrow, and we will stop the numerical part and theoretical part, means that is the last chapter. Vibration will complete afterwards. So in this way, we have completed today. We have taken 4 hours lecture. If anyone is having any question, you can ask me now. Otherwise, we will stop here for today's session. Okay, so the answer, everyone should require to get the same answer, 2766. Okay, now can we stop here? Vaishnavi Lokhande, roll number 39. Vaishnavi Lokhande. Vaishnavi Lokhande.
Yes, sir.
Have you completed this numerical?
Yes, sir.
What is the
आम्ही
answer?
थोडं बाहेर आहे नोटबुक आता मी जस्ट आता बाहेर आहे.
Okay, ladies. Okay,
हॅलो सर.
we will stop here to our today's session. No problem, you can continue. Okay, no problem, continue. Okay, we'll stop here for today's session. Tomorrow again at morning session, I will take a lecture and we will complete the syllabus. Okay, thank you.